Hi, I'm Eric Lucero of Sharpen the Axe on EnterTalk Radio, powered by Pitbull Audio. We are here at the Mellotron booth at NAMM 2018, and we're going to check out the full line as well as what's new. We're here with Marcus of Mellotron, and he's going to tell us what's up.
Hi there. Yeah, so this is the full line of digital Mellotrons, and we came out about 8 years ago with this unit, which is the M4000D. It's got a wooden cabinet and a full wooden keyboard with polyphonic aftertouch. So the aftertouch is completely polyphonic, which is rare for an instrument nowadays. And it's got 100 sounds built into it from the Mellotron and Chamberlain archive, and it's immediate access. So you just turn a selector and immediately you have the new sound. And it's all playback with 24-bit high-resolution audio, and there's no data reduction, no MP3ing of any of the files. So it's a very high audio quality that we've taken from the original master tapes, and we're the only ones that have access to the master tapes, so we can do have them played back either through a 400 Mellotron, which is a 70s Mellotron, or a 60s Mellotron, or a Chamberlain. So you can hear the actual sound, how a Chamberlain sound, let's say the cello would sound through a Chamberlain or a Mellotron of either model. So it's a lot more versatile than just a sample pack that might have been taken from just an old Mellotron with tapes that wasn't very good. And if you've sampled the 400 Mellotron, that you're stuck with that. You can't turn that into a Chamberlain sound, of course. So that's why it's more versatile than any other Mellotron version out there. And this is also the operating system has many possibilities of setting the volume for each note, and you can change the pitch range, and there's a lot of settings that you can do if you want, but you can also just play it right away.
Right under it.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So, and then if we move over to the latest model, so we can take the Mini afterwards, but this is the Micro. So this is the Mellotron Micro that came out about half a year ago. This is on a different platform. So the other instrument that I showed before had possibilities of expansion. You can put in expansion cards. This doesn't have that. It just has the 100 stock sounds, which is quite a versatile library. So with also Mellotron, this is a sound that Beatles used on Bungalow Bill for the melody, and they actually also used a sound, the mandolin actually, which is a sound that very few people have used, but it's an interesting sound. I don't know if you can hear it. So it's got a lot of history in all of these sounds, and you have also the Chamberlain sounds.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a very useful library inside of these, and this has semi-weighted, high-quality keyboard with monophonic aftertouch.
Right on.
So and also a cool little feature that you can set the color of this logotype according to what you want.
Oh wow. Nice.
So, and this is of course only 2-octave keyboard to keep it compact, but you can access all of the 3 octaves with the octave switch.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Very cool.
So shall we move over to the Mini?
Yes.
So this is the Mini M4000D Mini Mellotron. This has been out for a couple of years. It's basically the same as the M4000D, but with a simpler keyboard. It's a high quality keyboard, but it doesn't have the polyphonic aftertouch. So this is semi-weighted, high quality Fatar keyboard. What you just heard is a new card that will be coming out in a few weeks with the Optigon, Orchestron and Chilton Talent Maker sounds on it. So it's the card has 128 sounds, which expands the stock 100 sounds with that amount of sounds. And there's also other expansion cards that went out before. The card 02 is the first expansion card that has the Mellotron sounds, like rhythms and more rhythms and other old Mellotron sounds. And then it has the expansion card 03 has Chamberlin sounds, also rhythms and unusual sounds like the Gino Vanelli string library, for example. So 22 string sounds that were custom recorded by Gino Vanelli. And his brother Joe, for use in his brother's name was Joe Vanelli. He had the Chamberlin. So, and this the big change in this unit is just the weight. Now it's a lightweight cabinet, which is 4 kilos, 8 pounds lighter than the one before. Nice. So even with the case, it will be possible to put this in like a luggage, you know, in airplane luggage or something like that. So much more portable. Yeah. So it's not easy to do a good-looking instrument like this in aluminum, but we managed to get the manufacturers to do a high-quality product also here. So, and you should check out the Mark II Mellotron that we have on the show. This is a Mark II Mellotron from 1964. This is how all of them started out with. This was the unit, this kind of unit the Beatles used for Strawberry Fields. And it's quite hard to hear because it's so loud here, but you can put the mic down there. And this was originally made as a home organ, so that's why it's such a big piece of furniture. And you can actually cycle to, if you take a look inside of this unit now, if you can see in here, you have drums. So you can move to a different station. So here you have a complete set of 3 new sounds. And brass. So the strings and the brass were used, especially the strings, were used a lot in the 60s and by Moody Blues. David Bowie used it. Beatles used the flute. Rolling Stones used the strings on 2,000 Light Years from Home. And so this was the only way back in those days that you could get real strings, but with a keyboard, basically. Because the Chamberlin that preceded this wasn't spread in Europe. It was just very local in California because they didn't have a big sales organization. But Harry Chamberlin invented this principle of playing back tapes with a keyboard, and the Mellotron company took the idea and popularized it, so to say. So yeah, and then in the 70s they came out with this unit, which is basically just a more compact version of it, where you can. Instead of this complicated cycling mechanism, you can change out the tapes as in a form of cassettes, so to say.
Okay, very cool.
So
right on. Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Marcus, for showing us the entire Mellotron line, as well as giving us a very cool look into the history of Mellotron. We thank you very much.
Thank you.
Reporting from NAMM 2018 at the Mellotron booth, I'm Eric Lucero. Thank you for joining us.